Alright, so firstly, we would find the subdomains of this particular app, and as such, there are no exclusions, and everything is in scope. Like the subdomains of glyph.app. Let's see what are the subdomains out here so that we have much more clarity, even. Alright. So firstly we have this thing without sign up, then we have the docs, the frames, and this is a simple API. So let's start with this feature, which is glyph.app sign up. And by the time, let me start up my virtual box too, and then we would see what exactly is arising. Mm-mm. Let's wait for it to get working. Alright, it's nice and running. Hmm. So we were testing on this particular application. Let me open it over here. It says you can log in using your Google. So let's click on Google and see how it reacts. If I click on this thing, I should click on continue. After clicking on continue, I'm looking for the request. It contains a auth token, state token, that would be responsible for logging in, the callback URL, and they are using a JWT token for authentication very clearly. If I use this token over here, most probably it won't work because it has a state token. See, it's asking for username, and you know our drill that in username we try putting these payloads. It won't allow, I guess. It says it's too long. Let me put this one if it allows. Still it's long for this. Please correct and try again. If I write this, okay, so these characters are not allowed. If I write Arman, unavailable. If I click on confirm username, take this request to repeater over here, and I try modifying this request over here a bit, it should give an error most probably. Yeah, bad request. Bad request. Okay. JSON username, update username. Response to this request. Okay, it gives me a ID, it gives me a name, it gives me a username, the email. Email verified, it says null. We would save this request. Then it has my location and a lot of things. Over here we are into this application. We would first like to go to settings, and I must say that I have not verified the email, but I had logged in using Google, so likely when we log in with Google, that's not a problem. So let's start from scratch. We go to inspect memory storage. I would see if there is some sensitive token in the local storage or not. Now sensitive token is typically a JWT token. If it's not there, it's not making any sense. Now both HTTP and secure are true, so that won't be a P4 bug. Next thing, if I click on delete this profile photo, how it treats this request. I need to see. One second, please. One second, Ravi. I would be back. Just give me a second. All right. So this is the particular request which turns our you like picture to none. This is the particular request. We can upload an image over here. All file format. For now, it's allowed. I don't know what's the back logic behind this thing. Ravi, you can hear me now.
Yes, sir, ma'am.
All right.
Hello.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So we would try putting a XSS SVG file over here. Open. I'm trying putting this file. Most probably it should give an error. Okay, so use as profile image. I'm waiting for a post request to come up. I guess they're using some third party software for the image purpose. What I think, not sure. Because it should not take this much time for an image to get executed. Hmm. It's not accepting this file. Let's try giving this file. I want to see how normally it behaves. Use as profile image. Right here. The file name it's taking as blob. Now I don't want to give the file name as blob. I want the file name to be that particular file name only. So what I would do, I would go over here, copy and paste that file name over here. It gives me a public ID and a lot of things with the file name. Got it. If I try to see where is this particular thing located, it's over here. If I write over here evil.com, image invalid image optimize request. Nope. What I was trying to see is that this was the request to delete the image. If I make a CSRF POC out of this particular thing, it won't work as far as my experience is. In cases of APIs, the plain CSRFs don't work. It should show an error. See, unexpected token. Next thing, we can paste a URL over here as well. So we can try putting a burp collaborator URL over here if I'm not wrong. If I give this URL over here, click on upload. When I give upload, we might have gotten a pull back over here. For now we haven't got. I guess we need to use HTTP or HTTPS with this particular thing so that it would work perfectly. When I do that, I need to see if I got a ping back. Alright, I got a IP address from a DNS HTTP. Let me see what this IP has to tell us. And map 172. These are the internal IPs. 172 and one more variation of it. If I try to ping this, I can reach this particular IP. I need to see if it's internally hosted or not. We could try SSRF with this particular IP. We can reach both the IPs. I'm seeing what we can do. By the time we can research about this thing, SSRFN profile picture URL. So we can relate with this situation a bit. See, like this. My first bug, blind SSRF through profile picture upload. Now over here it says how he found that. But it's a bit different case. SSRF in upload image. Let's see this. So that we can attach it with that, na? That's why. It's a different case too. It's not the same case. This is somewhat our case where we are using a burp collaborator link. But that's not, no bounty has been awarded. Why na? We need to see if any ports are open. If we cannot prove that any ports are open and stuff like that, it's hard for us to prove the impact to the company. It's not that simple. See, video POC conducted an internal port scan, but in our case, the internal ports are not opening. So in our case, it won't make sense because just getting the IP addresses are not a severity. Let me try putting a exif image or some other format image. It won't accept other formats. It's not accepting another formats. What is the third option? Your prompt. Okay, we can create an image using prompt. Let me try putting this picture because it has an exif image. But what they are doing, they are modifying the picture before doing anything. They're modifying the picture, so that clears the exif data somewhat. The JSON. Okay, so what they are doing, they are picking the image from here. If we try the tampering over here, like what they did is, why first they crop the picture, right? After cropping, they put a link, and then from that link they pick up the picture. If I try this particular thing, it says okay. And the picture is nothing, but most probably we might have gotten something. Nups. So what I was thinking in this particular case is if I sort these requests, this was the particular request responsible for changing anything. If I take notepad, like I'm trying to skip that particular process of altering the image, because if I can skip that particular process, most probably I can keep my exif intact. I don't know how applicable it would be. Let's see. It says 200. Okay, if my image gets stored over here, then it's fine. If it doesn't, then it's just a front end artifact. As I thought, it's a front end artifact. In reality, the image is not getting loaded. Because why I was trying all that thing is, if I try to put a exif image over here, use as profile image, it would delete the exif data of this image, because while cropping they delete the exif data of this image. How I'm sure of that particular thing? If you go to desktop, you go to Jimple. In some rare cases they don't remove it, but in most of the times they do remove it. See, the location is removed. My new bout, I had a basic idea ki yeah, it would get removed. Next thing is, let's say you delete this particular image. Does this link get expired? No, this link is not getting expired even after the image is deleted. So this is a privacy concern bug. You should report it to the company. You should report it to the company. One second, please. Hmm. So you write over here, it's a privacy concern bug. Like this. You can just read about this particular thing. A user uploaded image is accessible after deletion. So if I write p4, the severity, you need to give here the link of this particular file and just see the URL if there's expiration date to it. I guess there's no expiration date to it, so it's good to go. Rest it depends upon company to company. We can't be really sure that how exactly a company would be treating a bug, but yeah, It depends upon company to company totally. And send it. Next thing, let's move to another things. Here's an option to change the username. Only letters, numbers, hyphens, underscores the display name. Now I would try modifying this display name because in username that special characters are not allowed. Can I put this in here? Okay, the display names got changed. It's like this: the bio, the website, the location. If I click on delete account, so one there is one more bug, which is delete account without password. It's a P4 bug according to bug crowds. Yeah, the mail is not valid of this particular company. Strange that if you see over here, security glyph.xyz is not even there. That's bad. Why these companies make these portals? Anyways, if it's not valid, we should jump the website. Why to waste time on such websites? I'm like, sometimes I think that if companies are not yet that attentive onto these things, why they do make the bug bounty portals. But yeah, what we can say. Let me translate it to Indian. It's in Russian. So this company is giving a lot of bounties, as they are stating. I don't know why, if it's true or not. So these are the particular URLs in scope. The website, Windows, Mac. What are they not looking for? Third party, violation of password, session cookie, reflected XSS, SPF demarc, email spoofing, mail servers, DLL hijacking, like the normal bugs. Is there anything about rate limits? I need to see. No, there's uh, no categorization as for rate limits. We'd see that. Furthermore, what's the bounty scope? It's huge. If it's true, it's huge. And how we need to report it to the company? I write at the rate bug bounty at the rate GG network. For now, looks pretty promising to me, to be honest. But we can't say much. So ggpoker.com redirects to a different website. It redirects to a different website, which is natural8in.com. That's a bit strange. If I click on this ggpoker.co.uk, does it redirect? Natural 8 bin. I guess it all redirects to that particular domain itself. Then there is one website known as Pokécraft. Everything is redirecting to that particular thing. So let's hunt on this. If I click on sign up now, it's asking for an email address. I would do that.
Yep, some of the subdomains are not redirecting to that page actually.
But if it's like redirecting over here, so most probably it would be a asset of this particular company. Most probably.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hmm. For example, if we try looking it up over here, I'm trying to verify the ownership of this particular thing. Let's try some other method. If we try opening Showdown over here. Let me log in. If anyhow my light goes off now, we understand ki like light is not here. I am like using the power backup. Okay.
Okay.
Just understand that the PC went off.
Okay.
All right. Okay. We go to the showdown search. Click on this thing. All right. So it says sometimes the company gives like, ha, we reward this, but their websites don't speak in that way. So if I write like SSL ggpoker.com, I want to see. This is the first IP we are getting. 404 not found, 503 not found, and this IP is not even opening, which raises a lot of suspicion for me at least. If I write over here like this .co.uk, it's slow a bit. So for co.uk, it says 404 not found. For NL, I'm doing this thing to get a clarity that how exactly things are working. No results. .de. No results. .ca. So for .ca, I got 400 bad request, 400 bad request. No 200. Okay, let's leave this aspect for now. Let's jump to hunting because our purpose is not to really report, to teach you. So I am choosing my password. Submit. So there's a captcha. It submits. It sends a verification code to my mail. So it says this is your verification code. Natural 8 dot in 1 second. Natural 8 dot in. Is it a GG network? I'm verifying. So see, naturally it is a full-fledged member of GG network. We got a confirmation na, that it's a property of
Yes.
GG network only.
Yes, sir.
So that's good for us because we can now hunt on it and we have a clarity at least. Yeah, it's right. So sometime Google helps you. So this is a OTP. When I fill this OTP, I need to see if I can do response manipulation over here. When I do that, it gives me a main site session. This success code true. Now the problem over here is that we can't guess that particular sign, this session ID. So response manipulation won't work in this case. To very honest, it won't work in this case. Moreover, if I see this particular thing, it's very weird that it's like saying to download the app and then do things. This is there is a bug for sure on this where HTTP and secure only is not true, but I need to see if it's out of scope or not. Cookies. That's how, in that way, we can also verify that if they are really active on this particular thing. So that's that way we can also see that. From session cookie, missing HTTP and secure only from session token. Go to, you need to define the target name, which in our case is natural 8 in.com. In this particular thing, no, like in my case, I have pen test, I have the clarity from the internal team that how exactly things would be done, but in this case we don't really have clarity about things, so it's better reporting first and then see what could happen. And next thing up, we should see the subdomains of this particular thing too for better analysis. One second please. Alright, so we would search for the domain name. It says no subdomain found. That means there might not be any subdomains of this particular thing. There is if I click on getting started, live chat, it's the intercom session, it's out of scope, poker. I guess nothing runs on this particular feature. If I click on forgot password, I am just exploring. This is a different endpoint, you can see. Com, and if I do that, there would be a reCAPTCHA to prevent from rate limiting, where it contains the email, it contains the reCAPTCHA token, reCAPTCHA site key, response to this request. It says site ID is valid player, identity verification, value masks, like the email address. Next, here would be a reCAPTCHA 2. This email would send the token to me. It says no content, but the token would have been sent. Okay, so it's a OTP thing. I got a private bounty, like private program for this invite as well. So here's this particular code. So a catch about this particular thing is we can't really brute force this code as it's a alphanumeric thing. So only thing we are relying in this particular case is Can we use a old token? Because okay, it says fail to send mail. Let me see the response manipulation verification code site id. Let me try like tamper this code a bit. Patch. It says 400 bad request. If I change it a bit, the chances of response manipulation is very less, very very less. It asks for a new password. Don't think it works because it would again prompt for the code. Don't think it worked. See, it asks for the code again. According to my thing, even though it says the password is changed, I don't believe it at all. Literally, I don't believe it at all because I know it's not changed. Let me show you. If I try logging in over here, login, email address, I'm trying to enter my new password. It would say wrong password. See, it says wrong password. Because response manipulation doesn't work in this case because ultimately the response won't match easily. I would show you how if we have might have entered the right code and write everything how it would behave. If I entered this, if the first time the OTP would have been correct, it would have shown something like this where it says 204 no content. So for the first request, this would have been the response, whereas we uh, modified it to 200. Okay, so that was our first mistake. Second thing, if I try to change the password over here, like I'm entering this password, or let's say I'm trying to enter a short password, it won't allow us. If I do that, click on reset, and after the OTP is right, the code is right, it again needs to say 204 no content, and I need to see the requests which are fast passing on. So you might believe, okay, we got the flow that if we do this, we do this, and the password is changed. But that's not that simple. Why I'm saying that? Let me show you. Natural 8 natural 8. Now I would do what we have done from the we have learned from our analysis, but I'm telling you prior that it won't work because there would be backend validation for sure. Next, now we won't ask for OTP. I would try enter any random thing A12 E23. It should not make a difference now because ultimately we think that our response manipulation would work. So what we need to do over here is just delete this thing, okay, and write 204 no content over here according to what we have seen in the previous requests. First thing we did, Second thing is, we again need to do the same thing because last time the request was like that only. We deleted this thing and again said 204 no content. So according to everyone, the password is changed, but that would not be true really. Let's check that. If it would be done, so it would be a bug, but that's not the case. I try to enter password which I kept just now. If it logs me in, it would be a critical bug. It says turnstile challenge failed. Let's uh, tick it. Click on login. See, it shows me wrong password. Whereas if I enter the old password, okay, this password would work because the response manipulation didn't work. See, we got logged in. So that's not really simple thing when we say response manipulation works. The response manipulation works where cookies are not playing a very major role in this particular flow. If cookies are there, it's not that simple. Moreover, the next thing which I was looking out here is that there is no thing like a profile section. There's nothing like that over here. So I guess they uh, have app and everything is in that app only, and so this program won't be much to analyze because you can see there's a PC client, mobile client, and there's nothing much we can see in it. If we can analyze those clients, that would be good, but I would wait for the response from the company related to this particular thing.